Yes, I think record. So we are here, Barry, at the end of sprint planning for the
Yep.
first week of the new year. So it's a very belated Happy New Year also to all the watchers, all the viewers. Um, what's the plan?
Yeah. So the plan is that tomorrow we hope to see most of you online during the first meetup that we're organizing this year. It's going to be from a structural perspective, quite simple. We're just going to do impromptu networking until 90 minutes has passed. And it's mostly to just have a good conversation with each other about reflecting on the past year and looking forward to what we're going to do this year. And next week, we're gonna have the kickoff with the new local user groups. So we already have 4 local user groups currently, and we're gonna add about 8 new user groups from next week as well. So we're gonna have the kickoff with the local user group organizers at that point in time. And this week, we're gonna do something with stakeholders, Chris. Can you
Yeah.
elaborate on that?
So our community is growing, as Barry just said. We've been investing a lot of time in this over the Christmas break, and we've also spent a lot of time on the Scrum Team Survey to improve it, to remove some issues that we were facing, and we also did some analysis work on the survey and the data we've collected so far, and which is really cool because we're going to try to get that published in scientific paper at some point later this hopefully this quarter. But another question that came out of that is that we really want to make it possible for Scrum teams to actually invite their stakeholders to participate in the Scrum Team Survey as well. Right now, teams basically give their own impression of how happy they think the stakeholders are with their responsiveness, with quality, with the value that they're getting out of the work that the Scrum team is doing. But what better way can you think of but actually asking the stakeholders themselves? So this is something we want to give a try this sprint. There are some technical challenges that we have to face because when we created the survey, we never had that idea that we would implement something like this. So we have to figure out how to do that. But we have sliced it into a very nice small slice. We're only going to ask stakeholders how much value they're getting out of the work that the Scrum team is doing. And if that works, at the end of the sprint, we can add more questions and more perspectives from stakeholders afterwards. And I think we also have some pretty cool ideas on what we can do in future sprints. But Barry, you came up with one of those, so I'm happy to give you the floor to explain what's
Can you
what
give
we're
me a hint because we did discuss multiple ideas?
the management perspective as well.
Oh yes, yes, yeah. Because I think we've got like 2 groups of people that can have a tremendously valuable perspective on how a Scrum team is operating. One is the stakeholder perspective, but the other one is management. And to make it very clear, what we are not going to do is to give management the opportunity to make a judgmental or a judgment on how the Scrum team is doing. It's mostly going to be about how management themselves thinks that they are doing in supporting the Scrum team with, well, basically delivering more value, how management themselves is doing in helping the removal of impediments, and basically creating an environment where Scrum teams can be successful. So I think once we are done with the stakeholder part, we're going to focus on the management, including the perspective of management as well. I think that's going to be a very interesting thing to trigger to have good conversations between the Scrum team and management itself.
Yeah, and from there on, we may actually also invite HR department to also rate how they are supporting Scrum teams, maybe sales departments,
Yeah.
marketing departments, automation departments, whatever makes sense. But this all fits with our principle that Scrum teams can drive change from the inside out by making transparent what the impediments are that they're facing. They are really the core unit of work in the Scrum framework. So we're going to help Scrum teams, we're going to help you to create that kind of transparency for those important conversations to have.
Yep. Cool.
I think that's it. That's the end of today's sprint planning for us. So we'll share the results at the end of this week or maybe start of next week. We hope to see you again then.
Yeah, and maybe you already see you online tomorrow.
Cool. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.